All right, guys. So this is a really short, punchy video just explaining the importance of the kinds of language you want to be receiving in timeline therapy when you're eliciting the learnings. So there's a few different types of words that they may give you. Now remember, the unconscious mind gives short answers. Short, punchy, not long, convoluted responses. If they're giving you this long story and these long, convoluted responses, they're probably more in their conscious mind and not allowing the learnings to come through at the unconscious level. So that's one thing. The second thing is they may give them to you in a way such as they may use language like, I will learn to blah, blah, blah. I will learn to love. I will learn to forgive, let's say. And if you think about the language around that, does that sound like a positive learning for the future? It sounds like it's kind of charged with conditions, doesn't it? I will learn to. No, they don't need to learn to do anything. The learnings come, and when we get the learnings, then at the unconscious level, and the conscious mind hears that as well, boom. We have the learning. We don't need to work on it or try to do it. We just do it. We have it there. We have the resource there. And so you want to reframe that. You want to get them to reframe that. And so that kind of response is not the best one. Maybe another example would be, I can love, I can trust, I can, or I will, blah. So again, I will. It's still, if you think about it in the sense of time, it's still not really a learning that they have now in this moment that they can utilize in the future. And this is what you want. This is the difference. A learning that they get now that they can have and utilize in the future and do the thing. Not I can, right? That's kind of presupposing, yeah, that they can, but will they? Or even, I will is even like, again, I will, still okay. Not as good as I am, or even just a single word. Like I something, I am something. Those two responses are going to be much better than I can, I will, I have to, or I will learn to, anything like that. I highly recommend that you try that on, and you may need to get them to reframe it just by asking, so, okay, great, will you? What's the learning for now? So those types of words that you can offer, not for now, but for now, that you can use in the future, is generally what I would recommend. Not generally, but it is what I recommend that you do, so that your client gets some really powerful, really potent learnings. Some other things they might give you is a single word, such as trust or love, or something like that. And that's good. However, it could also be better. Trust. Okay, what does that word mean? Does that mean that they're going to trust in the future? What does love mean, right? So there could be some valuable learning inside of trust that's going to support them to trust. So again, you could also ask them, what will that do for you in the future? It's a great question. When you're getting these single words, then you could also ask them, what will that do? What will that learning do for you out in the future? Remember, all of the learnings need to be positive for self and for the future. If they're giving you something that isn't that, then you can say, great, and what's the learning inside of that that's going to help you in the future? Such as, I can trust. Okay, well, what's the learning inside of that will allow you to do that now, to get that trust now, right? And those are the learnings that you want to be able to nudge them to receive. And of course, when you're getting something that's not positive, say I don't, or it's not my fault, or I won't, or anything like that, then you just say, well, if you don't do X, then what will you do instead? Or what's the positive learning of that? Yeah. And so again, we're always considering and remembering that we want to get nominalizations. Nominalizations are those chunked up words that are more abstract, more big picture. And when they're framed in the sense of I forgive, as an example, or I am free. I am strong, as an example. So those are great learnings that the client can get in the now and they can use in the future anytime that they may need to. So it's not only a learning for now, but it's a learning for out in the future. So that's just a little bit that I wanted to give you around the learnings so that you can support your client to get the most potent and powerful learnings at the unconscious level for the future, to have the most powerful and sustainable transformation and change from this process. Amazing.